Hi guys, it's Arielle. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are all doing well, today I'm coming at you with an unsponsored review of Loop earplugs. I swear the amount of ads and influencers I see talking about these earplugs, it kind of makes you wonder whether or not they're too good to be true. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a full review and share my experience and tell you guys whether or not I think they're worth your money. Now, I bought these earplugs specifically for the Taylor Swift concert that I'm going to. I was a little bit worried that the stadium, because there's so many people, it's just gonna be too loud. But I wanted to find earplugs that would kind of lower the volume that I was hearing without blocking the sound of Taylor Swift performing, if that makes sense. So I'm really hoping that these earplugs work. I haven't been to the concert yet, so my experience and review will come a little bit later. But I did get the package in the mail today, so I thought we could unbox them together. And I'll also give you guys the prices that I paid for them. So I bought two earplugs, one for me and one for Jean. And I went with the Experience 2 Plus. I chose the Experience earplugs because they're supposed to be best for concerts. And then I got the Plus as opposed to just the plain Experience 2 because I think from what I understand, they come with an extra component that allows you to mute or decrease the volume by an extra 3 decibels. So I did want to have that option if I got to the concert and I found that it was too loud. I think the Experience 2 in general covers 16 decibels. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. And so yeah, I thought the mute with an additional 3 would be helpful. And the price for the Experience 2 Plus is 40 euros. And we also paid for express shipping because I was worried I wouldn't have them in time for the concert, and that cost 20 euros, about 20 euros. I think it was like 16. So yeah, quite a pricey purchase, but worth it if it's going to protect my hearing. So yeah, let's unbox. The silver ones are for Jean. And the pink ones are for me. I mean, so far the packaging looks pretty professional. It's sealed, like you have to rip the seal to open them. Yesterday at boxing, someone bent my thumbnail back, so my right hand is a little bit useless at the moment. So it says, try each ear tip size in both ears to make sure you get the perfect fit. Size M is already loaded. Oh, okay, and this is what they look like. Very cute. They're so cute! I don't know if you can see, but they're just this shiny metallic pink. They almost look like earrings. Okay. I mean, there's obviously no sound in my apartment, but it almost feels like my world has been muted. I can't even tell if I'm talking at the right volume. Okay, I think the medium might be a little bit too big. So I'm gonna play around with the sizing. I will try on the smalls and let you know what size I settle on. But overall, they were pretty easy to put on. The case does not seem secure. I just closed it and it popped open. That's crazy. Like shaking. I'm nervous. Okay, yeah. So the case does not seem like it closes very well. And I actually think that's disappointing that they don't have something like a magnetic closure on top of this snap closure to really make sure the earplugs don't go anywhere. I don't know if I like that. Seems like an easy way to lose 40 euros. But okay, there we go. I have them in properly. They're closed. And it comes with all of these different earplugs. I'm assuming the black earplugs are the extra mute option and the pink ones are just a different sizing. On the inside, it also says that you can scan the QR code for your free lifetime warranty, which is very cool. I didn't know it came with that. And then on the back, you have the amount of decibels that you're protected against. All right, so here it says the noise reduction rating. It says 12 decibels without mute and 15 decibels with mute when used as directed. So there you have it. That's the 411. And let me just quickly read the manual for what these colors are. Okay, I think I need to watch a tutorial on how to add on the mutes, because in this picture, it looks like you just pop them on to the circular part of it. That's what it kind of looks like. But I don't understand why they would have different sizes for the mutes if that's where it was supposed to go. And it also doesn't feel secure. And then I tried just popping it on top of this one, but I feel like I'm gonna break the earplug. So let me just watch some YouTube tutorials and I'll get back to you guys on how this mute thing works. But I thought I would just quickly also unbox Jean's to show you guys what the silver ones look like as well. Still flashy, but more of a muted flashy with the silver. I mean, they're cute. They honestly do look like earrings. But yeah, I'm gonna go read up on how to add in the mutes, and I'll check back in with you guys once I figure that out and once we're at the Taylor Swift concert. All right, we're back from the Eras tour, obviously, and I have so much to tell you guys about these earplugs. Before we do, though, I just want to quickly circle back to what I was saying about the accessories that the Experience Plus comes with, including the mutes, because I figured out how to use them. So, these little black attachments are not the mutes. These, I discovered, are kind of similar to memory foam. They're meant to form to the shape of your ear and provide you even extra coverage and a more comfortable experience. So these ones are silicone and these ones are similar to a memory foam. They're definitely like a lot thicker and chunkier than the silicone ones. For the concert, I didn't use them. Now, these little circles, they almost look like spacers for your ears. These are the mute attachments. And so you pop them out and you attach them to this part of the earplug. So with the mutes, with the silicone attachment, they look like this when they're in your ear. And the mutes are supposed to give you an extra 3 decibels of protection. So there you go. That's what comes with the earplugs. Let's get into my review. So basically, when we went to the Eras Tour concert, we brought these with us, but I was really hoping to wear them like halfway through. I really wanted to hear at least the intro to the concert, like without any earplugs. I wanted to hear it as it is. But Paramore took the stage before Taylor did, and within 2 seconds, Jean and I had put in our earplugs. It was the loudest experience of my life. I not just me, everyone around me was shocked at how loud it was. My sister actually kind of made fun of me for buying us earplugs because I reminded her, I was like, just so you know, we have loop earplugs if you want to grab some before the concert. And she didn't think she needed them. And she turns to me and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to totally damage my hearing. Like, it was shocking how loud it was. Other people around us who didn't have earplugs actually took Kleenex and tissue paper and tried to plug their ears with that. It was that loud. So 1000% earplugs, loops if you want, are necessary if you go to a concert. The Eras tour was in a stadium, and because of the weather, they had to shut the roof of the stadium. Maybe that's why it was so loud and so echoey. I'm not sure. I think it was the speakers. Honestly, it wasn't just the crowd that was loud. It was the sound of the concert that was so loud. But I will never ever go to a concert without earplugs. That being said, there's one thing that you should keep in mind with earplugs is that, honestly, when it comes to protecting your hearing, there's no way to win, because it was so loud, it hurt your ears. So the earplugs were effective in protecting against that. However, while they do mute everyone cheering around you and screaming, they also mute the artist. And I felt like when I had them in, I couldn't really hear Taylor's true voice, and I didn't have the full experience. And it wasn't just that you couldn't hear Taylor's true voice. It was that if you sang along, you could hear your voice louder than anything else. And so I found myself, when I had the earplugs in, I was a lot less into the concert. I was really not singing along to the songs. I wasn't really dancing or as into it, because you want to be as quiet as you can to hear the singer, and the singer's kind of muted and stuff. And so it's not like a perfect solution. I think that's what I want to say. If you're expecting to wear earplugs and have the exact same experience you would without the earplugs and just protect your hearing, you're not going to have that. And there were songs, like the songs that I was the most excited to hear, for example, All Too Well, I knew that they would be a little bit more quiet than the rest of the set, because it's just Taylor singing and her guitar, and the crowd is pretty quiet. And I knew I wanted to sing along to that song as well. And so for my favorite songs, I did take the earplugs out just to sing along. And then once the song was over, I put them back in. And it was so hard to take them out, because literally as soon as you break the seal, it is earth-shattering loud. Like, you don't realize how loud it is until you take the earplugs in and out. So that's how I worked the earplugs during the concert. And I'll be honest, I think the earplugs took away from the experience, because like I said, you could hear Taylor, but it was definitely muted. And I think when you go to a concert, you want to really hear the full thing and be present in the moment. But there was no way that if you didn't wear earplugs, you would have protected hearing. It was insane how painfully loud it was. And I also want to share the first thought that came into my head after the concert was done. And it just popped in my head. I was like, I can't wait to go home and put on my headphones and listen to Taylor Swift on Spotify, because just the quality, I want to say, of her voice, I really feel was reduced with the earplugs. So will I be bringing them to every single concert I go to in the future? 10,000% yes. The people who didn't have earplugs were so concerned. I'm telling you, as soon as Paramore took the stage, people were shocked at how loud it was. So yeah, I'll be bringing them, but I just want to say they're not without their limitations. I think that's important to acknowledge. And I do also want to add that I definitely don't think that the Experience Plus is necessary. The Experience Plus was $39.95, and just the plain Experience is $29.95. And the only thing that's different between the two is that you have the mute attachments in the Experience Plus. And I really felt like the sound coverage was more than more than sufficient without the mutes. Actually, that's another thing that I was thinking, is that I wish they made an experience earplug, but that let in a little bit more sound, because I did find them almost too muting. So yeah, if you're debating between the experience and the experience plus, I personally don't think that the extra 3 decibels of sound is worth it, or that you even need it. And it's kind of inconvenient as well, because you have your loops in your case, right? And like I was saying, some songs I was taking them in and out. I was, putting them in the case, taking them out of the case. And if you take the mutes out, you have nowhere to store them. So I just like threw them in my bag and hoped that they didn't get lost, because like I just couldn't store them in the case. I was taking the earplugs in and out so much, and I didn't want to be fiddling with the mutes. So it was more inconvenient than anything to even have brought the mute attachment to the concert. So yeah, that is my review and my experience with the Loop earplugs. Whether you get Loop or whether you choose another brand is up to you. I do think that the Loops were really great. My hearing definitely felt protected. But I just want to say that I do think if you're preparing for a concert, that buying earplugs is a must. I'm so thankful that Jean and I had earplugs, and Jean was the same. He looked at me, he was like, oh my, and even after the concert, he was like, Arielle, thank you so much for buying these earplugs. I don't know what I would have done without them. So yeah, there you have it. There's my review, my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.